much of what we've done in education has so much focus on the technical aspects of education, but we haven't done much around the relational aspects. And so some of the work that I'm doing and some of the new book called Soul Rebel is looking at how are community organizations and teachers actually focusing on these relational aspects, which is building the relationships with young people and really attending to matters of the heart that make a difference.
And you also talked about the gap in perception by a lot of teachers. I'm assuming there's some subtext under there possibly about the gap between who teachers are and who students are in terms of race, class.
Yeah, I mean, it's race, class, gender, it's that as well, but I don't presume that black teachers have, I assume that some black teachers may hold the same perceptions of the children as white teachers, right? I've seen that. And so it's not as clear cut as if you put a black teacher in a black classroom or a black and Latino classroom, that solves the problem. It's relational. I've seen white teachers who have deep concern and humane investments in young people of color have profound change with young people of color, right? Like the young people tell me, they say, I feel you. I feel you. And they say it so literally, it's perfect because they feel, right? They feel the love, they feel accepted, they feel safe, they feel at home, right? And so oftentimes it's culturally consistent and it makes a difference, but it's not always a magic bullet. And so relational investments and relationships make the significant difference, and they allow for young people to make the kind of academic changes that are necessary in urban schools.
Okay, thank you for that. You laid out those 4 elements of the frame.
Yeah.
I was especially interested in the last one about the power. So
yeah.
what would that actually look like? What would it look like, and what is it actually looking like now in terms of a couple examples you might point to?
What it looks like is, one, a shift in understanding youth as not subjects to be done things to, but as agents and valued citizens. That's the first thing, right? And again, that's relational. The second thing is providing structures and opportunities for young people to express their voice, right? And when young people, so it presumes that young people don't have an opinion, that young people don't have a vision. And so when we create those structures, we create pathways for young people to have voice. So what does that look like? Youth, they call it YPAR, Youth Participatory Action Research. There's a lot of people that are doing that, where young people say, we want to document that we think is wrong in our neighborhood and community, and we're going to show it to you, and we think we can make that change. Youth organizing, right, which is having young people define the problems that they see in their communities and getting them to organize and build coalitions to actually address those problems, right? So those are some examples. Youth organizing is not new. Youth participatory action research is not new. It's new to an educational setting, and it essentially means that principals and teachers and administrators have to understand the power of young people to have a change and a say in their own destiny.
If somebody could go to 2 organizations or schools where that's happening in the most powerful way you're aware of in the Bay Area, where would that be?
Well, my good friend, both of my good friends, Dr. Jeff Duncan Andrade at IC, has done this for years. My other colleague, Dr. Antuia Combe at IC, these are my colleagues and good friends. They're probably, some of the best I've seen. Another of my good friends who's in Arizona, Dr. Julio Camarota. Pedro Noguera has done this kind of work, or for a long time. And so there are spaces, right? There are spaces and examples of how this work can have an impact on young people.
Beautiful. Thank you.